Usamos estampillas totalmente. Of course of art.
You are now tuned in to your number one radio station.
Violent people.
Radio.
Welcome to Violent People Radio. This is Dan Rice. I am joined, as always, by Chris. Chris, how you doing?
Always ready.
Always ready. Sam, how you doing?
I'm doing fine. Thank you for asking.
And introducing our new permanent fourth host, Pat. Pat, welcome back. How's it going?
I just want to say fuck Tanner.
Whoa!
Zinger.
Love it. Love it. Now, how do you feel about this honor / terrible obligation of being on this every week?
Well, I feel as though my soul has been burdened. I feel like I must have been like a Nazi war criminal in a past life to have earned this great honor. So I will do my best to drag the show down to my level and continue to talk about only just the worst and stupidest topics in wrestling, because those are the only ones I care about.
I like that you already think the show has room to be dragged down, so that's pretty exciting.
Yeah, that I'm gonna find room to drag it down.
Well, you weren't our first choice, but you were a choice, so I'm glad that you're on board.
First choice of Bix said no.
Bix was a no. Joe Lanza was a no. DJ Hyde didn't respond yet. So if he comes back and says he's in, we're going to boot you right out.
That's fine. I mean, It would be an honor to be booted in favor of listening to the dulcet tones of DJ Hyde for 2 hours.
Every week.
Every week. No, this
Every
is actually
week
probably like the first step to eliminating all of the original host.
DJ Hyde is just too pumped for Joker 2. He's too worried about Joker 2 spoilers. He's not even near his computer right now.
How many times does he have to watch Joker before he'll check his messenger? 'Cause I don't think one will do it.
I'm just looking forward to how many Joker gimmicks and costumes and stuff we're going to see.
I hope they all sing.
And now it's for the ladies.
Yeah, no, I hope there's another situation like the AEW pre-show where you had Wolverine on either side of the match.
Yeah, we're about to get a Harley Quinn renaissance.
I'm here for it. You guys remember in AAA during the run-up to Wagner versus Blue Demon Jr., there was one time where Wagner pulled off Blue Demon's mask and he had Joker makeup on?
Oh, do I?
What the hell is that? I don't have anywhere I'm going with that. I just remembered it. I'm just like, that was so fucking weird.
I love that luchadors love Joker even more than like American wrestlers, and American wrestlers fucking love the Joker.
They already love him, yeah.
Because like Pentagon, that's a guy that fucking loves the Joker.
I saw a Twitter poll where it was like when Sting retired, it was like your favorite era of Sting, and Joker Sting was like number 2.
Of course.
Like there are people that love Joker Sting,
and they're right. They're right for that. More people have probably seen Joker Sting than Surfer Sting.
That is
Think about
depressing.
that.
That's true and depressing.
Is it? I smile. I've got a smile on my face, like the Joker, much like the Joker.
Is that why you were late? You were painting on the makeup?
Yeah, I was
Yeah, for the
carving
audio
a
podcast?
smile on my face.
All right, very funny
We kept-
bit in indie wrestling right now. We're a news podcast as well as anything for professional wrestling at this point. And it ties into our theme, our big top, the Evolve draft for real this time.
For real this time. Bam, bam, bam,
The
bam,
Evolve
bam.
Draft Spectacular Part 3.
But Chris Hero had to come out and say, hey, Journey Fatu not really missing. Please don't look at this, as Juicy Finau has created a fake missing poster for Journey Fatu with a hotline number on it, a QR code on it to get more information on their disappearance and potentially reach out in this case. And Chris here had to come out and say, well, so this isn't real. Journey Fatu not actually missing. I love professional wrestling.
The wildest post I saw about that was the tweet that went out saying like Journey Fatu is been reported missing, and it got quote treated by Tripping Balls, who was like, well, he liked one of my posts on Friday. Prayers to the family. Okay.
Oh,
It was great because that post started going around, and like the day they had him go missing, like the day after, he worked a show.
that rocks.
So like the base level detective work, you could figure it out.
They weren't working it hard. This angle not truly thought through all the way. Man, that's beautiful. That's beautiful.
I missed all this, and I'm kind of upset with Chris Hero, the wrestling genius. Like, kayfabe, brother.
But I mean, I saw a lot of people. I mean, you do see like enough people say like, "Oh, damn, Journey Fatu of the Fatu family, related to Jay Uso, is missing. We got to find him."
He must be found. Wrestling is good. Like, that's just what it all comes down to in the end. I'm thankful we have it in our lives.
I don't know about that one.
Going back to Tripping Balls, he was at that
Always
going back to Tripping Balls as always. He was at that fair show that I was at that I wrote about for the site, and he posted all the gifts. So he posted a picture of me like 75 times that night. Like, I'm in all of his videos. Well, that's the thing. We've like DM'd, we've messaged back and forth, and I say to him like, "Hey, that's me. Next time, say hi." And I get nothing back. And I was like, "Well, you can post pictures of me. You can't say hi."
Can't say hi.
DMCA takedown on those
Yeah.
motherfuckers.
I thought about it.
You
I thought about it. I'm like, I hired Stephen P. New, but he is a little busy. But he's about to get to it.
Every time someone says Stephen P. New, I just want to be like, okay, what if his last name was Nis? That's it. That's it.
That's it.
What if?
That's it. What if
That's
his
a
name
big
was Stephen Penis?
Oh my god. I don't think you'll have any trouble finding that silence, Dan, in the recording.
Yeah, I'll look for it.
Yeah, go edit that out. Edit that out real quick. Anything else? Anyone else have any just bullshit to throw out here before we hop into what we were watching?
I mean, Tigers won. Tigers are one win away from the ALDS. That's crazy. That's fucking crazy.
Who do they face when they get there?
The Guardians.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah, they'll beat them. They'll beat the Guardians.
Can't imagine.
Fuck the Guardians.
Oh my god. I'm so tired. If we're just gonna talk sports, let's talk about the Detroit Lions for a second. Are they good? Because shouldn't they be able to stop somebody from scoring? Like this gritty team, shouldn't they have like some semblance of a defense?
Don't worry about it.
I mean, it's working out for you so far, so I guess that's fine. But like,
I mean,
feels
last night was their worst defensive game of the year by far.
yeah. I've
And I mean, they have never played a normal game against the Seahawks. This is the first time they've beaten the Seahawks in over a decade.
Is that true?
Yeah,
I knew it was a long streak. I didn't know it was that
even
long.
good Lions teams always lose incredibly stupid games to the Seahawks.
That's good to go. I like the Lions. I like Lions way more than the Tigers, so that's fine. Before we get to what we've all been watching, I want to do a quick little update on what's going on at the site right now. We have Sam has published the top 5 of the 25 under 25, and he's really proud of this project. He called it his baby repeatedly, and he did really good work.
Yeah, I'm glad I came up with this idea to do this list. And it's really come full force here to fruition. So.
Now, is this true that the 25 was your exact?
Yeah,
that's exactly how you predicted it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. All right. We had on Friday we had Coro's recommended matches roundup. The maybe only reason the site exists, so every Friday people can come see what matches you should be watching.
And then we all watched all of them, right?
Every week you have to. I wrote a piece with an audience of 1. It was mostly for Pat, so I hope he liked it.
I love it.
He loved it. There you go. So that worked out.
Okay,
Infinite best.
Jesus.
Work on David Foster Wallace's take on Bret Hart. And this week,
I feel like if David Foster Wallace had actually written a piece about Bret Hart, it would have made him kill himself much faster.
Oh, it would have been so dark.
Yeah, it like him considering the world of professional wrestling. It's just like, yeah, he would not have lasted as long as he did.
I've already written on the site about like my uncle hitting my aunt, my mom dying. So it's like I don't know how dark I wanted to get with the Bret Hart piece. You know what I mean? Like, let's lighten it up a little bit.
I never had read Infinite Jest, and Dan's telling me, "Hey, can you read this? Make sure like this isn't shit." And I was like,
"He said I don't get it." And I went, well, there you go. It's good.
And I was like, "Did I need to read the book to get this?" And I was like, "No." And I'm like, "I think I did." And I stand by. I do think you do need to have some context of at least the writer in question.
It was great.
It's thousands of pages. I wasn't going to ask you to like real quick breeze through Infinite Jest.
Yeah, just read Infinite Jest real quick.
That's the only way I can have an opinion on your piece. And then Dan posts it at like 7 p.m. on a Friday, like a normal fucking person. And I had
I thought about deleting it. I was going back and forth between posting it and deleting it, and I was like, if I don't post this soon, I will delete it.
Oh my god. Oh man.
So I posted
it. Funny. It's very funny.
And that is why
in the future posts.
Well, by the time you read this, most people, if it's past 9 a.m. on Wednesday, you'll be reading another edition of the Rotten Rewatch. So congratulations on that, people. It's back. Some people said it never left.
What show did you cover for this one?
Extreme Heaven 2000.
All right. So everyone, get ready for that.
Yep. Not Hardcore Heaven. This is totally different than that. This is a totally different thing than that.
Yeah, no, IWAMS was totally different from ECW.
No similarities whatsoever that I've seen so far in my rewatch.
Jeez. All right.
Chris, how is the rounding up going? How are you?
It was going well, but then you dropped Infinite Best, and now I've decided I need to rewrite the entire thing in the style of Cormac McCarthy, so entire thing is scrapped.
That would be a very funny series of you two just emulating different authors back and forth.
Here's what I found when writing that is that maybe David Foster Wallace better at writing than me, so that was like a real challenge.
Interested.
I like that I said maybe. Like I'm like it's up for debate. Maybe check it out.
I've decided.
We haven't seen David Foster Wallace review any professional wrestling matches or anything like that. Like he mostly talks about going on cruise ships and
lobster festivals,
David Lynch and stuff like that. So you can't really know for sure until you have that 1-to-1 comparison.
Yeah, all of our articles from now on are going to be on in the style of authors that viral tweets say, if you see this author on a man's bookshelf, that's a red flag. Like July Lucha Roundup, that's Cormac McCarthy. August, that's Pinch On.
September, the Bret Easton Ellis Lucha Roundup.
That's right.
I just realized, Pat just had me realize how much I fucked up. I could have went on the Jericho cruise and called it the supposedly fun thing I'll never do again. Damn it. Well, that's gone. I've already done it. I've already done my DFW piece, so that's gone. But yeah, that is your checking in on violent people. All the good stuff we're always putting out. Let's get into what we've been watching. Pat, you're a newbie. What have you been watching?
So I watched the first 2 matches of the Santo retirement tour. So I managed to get an hour into the show without watching any of the actual mask tournament. But I can tell you that Ia de Fuerza Guerrera, Ludark Shaitan, Vanilla Vargas versus Therius, Shamila, and Lady Apache is easily the first 17-hour-long match I've watched this year. And beyond that, I just watched a bunch of like fucking GCW and like no one wants to hear about that.
How was that first match on the Santos show? I'm guessing not great.
Cerebro Negro versus Hedy Karawi. It was fun. They screwed some stuff up, but you know they got right more than they screwed up. You know, and like the screw ups were just stuff like, you know, going for a hold and, you know, someone kind of like just being like out of place for it. You know, it wasn't like GCW screw ups. So I would say they definitely put on a big show. They make it feel like it's an event. I enjoyed it. I'm going to watch the tournament, the mask tournament with all the actual stars in it.
What was the crowd like for the show?
Crowd was present. They were engaged, and that's really all you can ask for.
I meant more like, is there a lot of people there? I didn't like see Lucha.
It looked like it. It looked like it. But from what I read, you know, they had like a couple thousand paid, and then they were just like outside, like handing out tickets, like come watch Santo. So apparently the arena really filled up as the show went on. But
all right.
I only got an hour into it, so
okay.
That's
Chris,
why I can't do the Lucha Roundup, because I only, you know, watched the start of the show. On the
well, I was gonna say this is September Lucha, so Chris, you watched this, right?
Yeah, definitely.
But no, have you watched any wrestling, or you just been twerking at weddings?
I have not watched much wrestling because I was barely online for a few days because I did have.
You couldn't watch it because Butt Farter went private, so there goes your hookup.
That's true, and yeah, I was at a wedding, and I was busting moves and busting my ass a little too hard. I may have hurt myself a little bit. I spilled a little bit of my vodka cran on the dance floor and then slipped on my own spilled vodka cran and fell straight on my ass.
That's just a good bit.
And it still hurts a little bit.
And that's what happened to Sean Waltman back.
But, you know, it was a good time. It was really fun. I got to see some friends that I haven't seen in well over a year. And you know, I got very drunk on vodka crans and other cocktails. or mixed drinks. Vodka Cran is not a cocktail, but it is a mixed drink. But don't you worry, I did have time to watch JCW Lunacy number 5.
Here we go.
You know how JCW Lunacy number 4 was like pretty good?
Yeah, famously.
Yeah.
And we were like, Sam, you might need to hop on this train. It's getting pretty good. It might be carrying this momentum into JCW Lunacy number 5. It did not. It did not do that.
Oh,
Dan, did you watch this?
I did watch it, and I came in with like the rosiest colored glasses. I was like, I want this to be okay, so I can force Sam to watch number 6.
This is such
And
a
there's
big
just
bummer.
there's really nothing there. Like, it's not even like as bad as some of the earlier episodes. It's just nothing for an hour.
Hey, these women are different.
Big news. JCW is getting women's title and women's tag titles.
Wow, progressive.
Yeah.
So Alice Crowley and Danny Moe get the tag titles, and then one of the two of them also gets the women's title.
I can't remember who came out first in the women's match, if it was Christina Marie or Heather Reckless, but I wanted them to face Danny Moe or Alice Crowley so badly, or both, and they didn't.
I just, when I was watching episode 4, I was just like, imagine being in that crowd in Columbus, and it's like, all right, not only is it the second time that match is aired in 3 weeks of the show existing, if you're in the crowd, that's the second time in 3 hours you've seen that match.
Well, at this point in the tapings, we are no longer in Columbus. We are in Detroit. We are at Harpo's Theater, which I have been to before for GCW
for research.
But yeah,
how does the look and the vibe? Because Columbus, they dressed it up pretty nice. It looked like a fun show to be at, matches aside.
When I was at Harpo's Theater for GCW, it was SummerSlam weekend, and I don't know if they regularly have air conditioning, but they most definitely did not when I was there. And it was one of the hottest shows I have ever experienced, and it was fucking miserable. And like every match, you could just see the wrestlers dripping sweat. And
now, you know that Brett's just going to clip the part where you said one of the hottest shows you've ever been to.
That's right.
There you go.
And like there were multiple chants that were just like, it's too hot, it's too hot, it's too hot.
Oh, that's great.
Because you could see like everyone just had a hard time because they were so fucking sweaty getting a grip on anything. It was
This is a real problem. This is a real problem at a GCW show because all the clown paint will start melting off of the fans.
It doesn't seem like they had this problem at JCW, but I was so zoned out for this fucking card. Also, because it was Christina Marie versus Heather Reckless.
Match of the night.
Match of the night.
Like, from me, I'm telling you, that was the best match of the night.
Also, I'm looking at the longest match of the night by a minute and a half.
Followed by your favorite and mine, Ultimate Ellsworth versus Darien Ultra. Because if you're wondering if Ultimate Ellsworth is more over in Detroit than he was in Columbus, no. He is not.
I don't want to skip ahead to what I watched, but like you listen to Violent J talk, like even on the JCW shows or anything he's on right now, he seems like genuinely to want this to work and to want to be respected in the industry. And then he's like, well, I got to book Ellsworth on every show. I just don't understand how those two things can be true.
And it's not even like Ellsworth. His selling point is that he's a weird looking little guy and you have like a big guy beat him up for sympathy.
No, he's squashing dudes.
Yeah, sending him out as the ultimate warrior is just like, and it completely defies any notion of we want to be serious.
And the thing is, it's not like this is all they can get. Like this is like
they're charging $500 a pop for tickets. Wait,
this is a promotion that can get like indie guys.
Okay.
Like, I mean, they maybe not top tier indie guys, but they can get like
how. Remind me how much are tickets selling for? I remember one of you.
It's $100 for GA for that show.
Perfect.
But I think that might be a music thing too.
Yeah,
I think that's just part of a festival.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's why it's so expensive.
So they're running the wrestling show, and then ICP is running a special Devil's Night show.
Gotcha. Because I was wondering,
this is a promotion that, like, say what you will about 2024 Matt Cross and Caleb Conley and Madman Pondo and Willie Mack and Colt Cabana, etc. But those are guys.
There's no reason they can't book the same wrestlers that AIW books.
Yeah, you can get like someone that is not James
fly over
Ellsworth.
that stupid blue cane if you want someone squashing somebody. You know what I mean? Like,
right, that's good.
There's stupid, goofy guys that could squash someone that don't.
There are a million. Yeah, there are a million guys in Detroit and Ohio and Indiana that you can book.
You're also currently running Congo Kong, constantly smashing people and squashing them. So why do we also have to have the ultimate Ellsworth?
Is there beef between Necro and Violent J?
Who knows?
It feels like he'd be a perfect fit in this promotion. He's not here. What's up with that?
Well, a lot of this might have been filmed when he was hurt too.
Oh, that's fair. Okay, sorry, I jumped the gun.
Yeah,
here.
this was mostly filmed while he was.
This was filmed in June. Yeah.
Okay. Sorry about that. I should educate myself before I speak.
Yeah, you should.
But yeah, another Congo Kong and Redwood Giants squash featuring Santana Jackson and Zach Gowen. And Backseat Boys versus Southern Six tag match where the Backseat Boys dethroned the Southern Six to take the JCW tag team titles. And that's your JCW update. It was not good this week. It wasn't the nadir of JCW lunacy, but it was mostly pretty boring.
Just what you like to hear.
I am so I'm a guy that's like gonna like the Backseat Boys, like the new Backseat Boys. They're managed by Johnny Kashmere. Like, I love the Backseat Boys. Like, I think Trent Acid is one of like the great what ifs in wrestling, and they're so fucking bad and boring, and I hate them. I've watched them so many times. I try to watch that SPO promotion of Johnny Kashmere whenever I can, and they're just not good, and it really upsets me. And they're the tag champs now. Oh, you forgot to mention Matt Cardona on commentary.
Oh yeah, always ready Matt Cardona. I can't believe I forgot that.
Burying the lead.
Even as I announced myself as always ready at the top of the show, he was on commentary.
And he was actually not ready during this time. He was injured. So.
You guys think he just had an interview like, I can't believe that AEW and WWE aren't offering me a contract.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's pretty funny.
That's got to be cool to like live like that. To have to be that confident.
Sometimes you gotta be.
Like I don't.
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It doesn't seem to help your bargaining power to be like, come on, guys, call me.
I'm available.
Versus, yeah, I mean, versus just like making yourself look like you don't need them. That would seem to. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. Maybe he's just getting bored collecting action figures or whatever he does with his time.
Was that everything you watched, Chris?
Oh yeah, that's everything. I just
All
watched
right.
JCW.
JCW. Great.
And I rate injuring my ass higher than JCW lunacy this
I'm
week.
not going to do the math here, but I'm going to say for sure in the last 7 days you've watched less than 15 minutes of actual ring wrestling.
Yeah.
So that's pretty exciting for you. All right, Sam, what about you? I think you've actually.
I did drink.
stuff.
I drank the Hulk Hogan beer.
Oh man, how was it?
How racist was
it? It was like a cheap like lager. Like
right.
it wasn't particularly
Did
good.
he like hit an old lady with a beer can or something? Did you guys hear about this?
It was something like that. Like he threw the can or something and just like dinged someone in the head in the crowd.
That's cool.
But
I mean, he's racist, but like it's cool to just like whip beers at people.
But like
I don't approve of his racism, but I do approve of him just chucking shit at an old lady.
Oh yeah, and he was in Ohio. If you're in Ohio, just fucking throw beer cans at people. It's
Yeah.
fine.
like in the same sitting, I had a Hams, and the Hams was way better as a cheap beer than the Hulk Hogan beer. We love a Hams. We love a Hams.
I got a little excited because I thought you were talking about a ham sandwich, and I was like, here we go. Let's talk some sandwiches again.
No, we're talking Hams beer, one of the GOAT cheap beers. Right up there with the Miller High Life.
It was
Or a PBR.
Didn't they get rid of it for a while? Maybe I made that up. Maybe I didn't drink it, so like I imagine it was gone.
It has always been around Milwaukee as far as I've known, but maybe other markets have not had it. But it's a staple around these parts.
Okay. Sam, any good sandwiches or wrestling?
Ooh, that is a tough question. Sandwich-wise, no. Nothing to speak
All right,
of.
fair enough.
Wrestling-wise, not much to speak of either.
I know you've watched at least 2 good matches.
I've watched-
You bragged about it.
I don't know if I would say I bragged about it. I noted. I watched some wrestling, and 2 of them were good. Not one of those good matches. I watched 3 matches from the June 24th All Japan Pro Wrestling show. Why? Don't know. Not necessarily sure how I landed there. But
Were you missing Tanner? What are you doing here? What's going on?
that's it. Seigo Takabana versus Fuminori Abe. Abe is bad. Like, folks, he's ass. Sorry about it. We're gonna need to pull the train over. It's done. He's toast. Next up, Dan Tamura and Hikaru Saito versus Musashi and Saiki Yoshiaka. This match is good. This is one of the 2 good matches. Go them. I don't know if this is my first Dan Tamura match. Might be. He's good. I like him. He just seems like a no-nonsense broad from the precinct. Gotta love him. Diego Hall versus Sal Renaro from PWF on IWTV for March 30th. You can also watch it on YouTube. They also put it on YouTube. Sal Renaro, he is one of the true pros of independent pro wrestling. So go watch that match. I don't know why I feel like I'm always higher on Diego Hall than other people are. I think it's really good. Scrolling. Those are the 2 good matches. Before the show, I did watch Mr. Wrestling 2 versus Bobby Eaton from January 3rd, 1981. Why? Because I'm just getting back in that 80s groove for a little bit. And this match is good. Bobby Ian, surprisingly, pretty darn good at professional wrestling. The match is built around a promo. It says, "Don't touch my fucking mask," from Mr. Wrestling 2. And then the comeback happens the moment Bobby Ian tries to pull off the mask. It's fabulous stuff. That's it. That's what I've been watching.
Okay.
Very
All Japan.
topical, all helpful. Matches from June and March of this year and January 1981.
I mean, it makes sense. Do you have like a wheel you spin before you watch this stuff?
Nope.
Or...
Nope.
And did you say that I missed it? Did you watch the main event of that all-in show?
No.
Oh, okay.
It's on the list.
Why would
I got to it? And then I had to go to work. I go to work / close different browsers.
Now, go to work for you means close the tab, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
My only note on the match thus far is, who the fuck is Anzai?
No, you know, because
I did the list. It happened exactly how I predicted it. But
so you're obviously high on Anzai. So
yeah. But also, who the fuck is he? Truly, at the end of the day. So that's where I'm at.
All right. I did a stupid thing because I'm like an idiot. So I thought John Thorne needs $7 of my dollars. And so I signed up because JT Lightning Invitational Tournaments this weekend. It started, I want to say, at 2:30. Around 1:45, I think. These times could be off, but about 45 minutes of notice, max. They go, oh, by the way, we're live streaming this show on YouTube. We have a new YouTube subscription model where you can pay and watch all the shows live, or pay more and get the archives. But the way they rolled this out is they announce it. I pay for the $7 tier because I don't scroll down, because then later they go, oh, by the way, there's 100 shows on the archive if you pay 14. And I was like, that would have been cool to announce ahead of time. I might have paid it because I'm an idiot. And it might have been cool because I was talking to a certain Juicy Pat Lucy about it, and he goes, oh, what time's the show start? And I said, I'm 40 minutes in. He went, well, I'm not going to pay for it now. So just great business practices. But everyone knows I lived in Cleveland for a while, and so I'm like nostalgic for AIW sometimes. Like, I understand it's bad, but I'm like, I've had a lot of good times there.
Never been good.
Let's try to watch this tournament. And the first 4 matches are featuring guys like Colin Delaney, Slim J, Matt Mikowski, Dominic Guarini. All the guys I just mentioned lost in the first round. Why the fuck would you put them over? You got to do all your students like Eric Taylor and Mikey Montgomery and Tyson Riggs and these guys that aren't good. The first show started. It was 2 shows in one day. The first show starts and it's 8 first-round matches. There are 2 matches on that show. I think I told Sam there's 2 good matches overall. That's a little exaggeration. But of those 8 matches, there are only 2 that are worth watching. It's Jake Hager versus Matthew Justice. And even this, for a guy like Pat, I would never recommend him watch it because Matt Justice has done this in GCW, probably 40 times this year. He just goes out in the crowd and he throws them into the merchandise stands. He throws chairs at them. He lets Hager, throw a door at him, and they go back and forth, slam each other into a wall. But like Hager's really game for it, which I was shocked. And it's very funny to hear the announcers pointing out which tables and chairs they own and which the venue owns, and they're trying to like let the wrestlers know during the match. Like, that's not our table, that's not our table. And it's just like indie wrestling rocks when that shit happens. A bunch of chairs get thrown in, and they're very mad. They're like, there goes the profits.
Yeah, there was a GCW show in Arizona where the venue had like fairy lights strung up all along the rafters.
Oh no.
And during it was Los Macizos and Rina Yamashita versus I forget the opponents. But during the match, the commentary team noticed those lights are hanging pretty low. If someone came off the top rope wrong, they could pull them all down. Sure enough, on the very last move of the match, Rina Yamashita goes off the top rope and pulls down a string of lights just by catching them on her foot. And I think that added a half star to my my rating of it. It's just like destroy venue. That's a bonus.
And main event of the first night was the first show was Sam Holloway versus Isaiah Broner. This was just two big guys, hitting each other hard. This was by far the highlight of either show. But you had to sit through 6 very bad matches. Like nothing redeeming about any of them. Even the matches like Lawler Mikowski, I didn't get anything out of it. Slim J, I was really excited for him. He was off this whole day because during the second show he faced Joey Janela, and it was there's no times on Cage Match, but I'm sure it was at least 15 minutes. It felt like it went on forever though. And it was no good. And then this whole thing, they do the 8 singles matches. This is like a new way they're doing J-Lit. 8 singles matches, 2 4-ways, and then a singles final for reasons. And it ends up being Eric Taylor versus Mikey Montgomery. So, I understand, Mikey Montgomery, Eric Taylor, and Chuck Stone are their students, and it's probably cost-effective, and it's, investing back in your own school. But a lot of these guys aren't good. I think Eric Taylor is okay sometimes, but I don't like Mikey Montgomery, and we've discussed on the show, Chuck Stone is one of the worst professional wrestlers in the world, and he's currently the absolute champion, and he gets involved in the main event. So he helps Eric Taylor win. So we get to watch Eric Taylor versus Mikey Montgomery for another full year, I guess. But Amazing Red versus Matt Cross was fun. So that's the third good match out of 16 matches that I watched and paid $7 for. And it's really cool. Another business idea, John Thorne, great businessman, is he announces this right before the show. And then during the show, each video got 3 thumbs up. And I saw 4 distinct names talking about it in the chat, and 1 guy not in the chat that was on the AIW Discord. So I'm thinking we're less than 10 people that subscribe to this thing. And he announces, you get to watch all the live shows. By the way, there is no live show in October.
Great.
That's just great stuff. But I don't really cancel things I subscribe to, so he's probably got my money for a little bit. And then I watched the WWE Vault gimmick where they did the Mid-Atlantic show. And it's just man, why would I ever watch AIW? Why am I doing this myself? Because there was nothing mind blowing on this show. There's no it doesn't have the Ric Flair, Barry Windham epic main event. So all these matches were kept short because that's a 60-minute match. But everything was so good, and the floor for wrestling used to be so much higher. It's just professional adult men beating the shit out of each other. And if you have time, you should go to WWE Vault YouTube channel and watch it, just so they give us more stuff like this. And you should not give John Thorne $7.
You should give him 14.
You should give him 14.
So you can watch all the hundreds of shows.
I can tell you, there's never been a good J-Lit. There's been good shows. There's never been a good J-Lit. But
yeah, that tracks. I can't remember a good J-Lit.
I just realized that I guess because of the scheduling of when these are recorded, we're going to be the only wrestling podcast in the month of October, end of September, that did not discuss Brian versus Nigel.
Oh yeah, I did watch that actually.
I was there live for it, and I forgot about it. It's just now.
You forgot about the whole show that you went to.
It's just the show that I drove 4 hours, and
you talked about watching GCW, but you didn't talk about going to.
Yeah, and I'm just it's because that show was last week. That was forever ago.
Well, did you like it?
I had fun. I mean, live wrestling is always a good time. If it's good wrestling, it's great. If it's bad wrestling, it's still pretty fun. The crowd was very much into it. It was New York, so lots of people were screaming some very rude things at the wrestlers, which I always enjoy. And just being there to see what it might be the last for real this time. Last Bryan Nigel match was just a cool thing to experience. And then after they went out there, it was the Darby Allin and Jon Moxley match where I think I don't know if someone else has done this before, but it was my first time ever seeing them when Moxley got his arm jammed into the ring post, like inside the ring post. I was just like, I've never seen anyone do that before. And it looks like it hurts like a motherfucker. So
Yeah, I've been offline a lot this week, but Moxley Darby was better than Danielson Nigel, right? Is that like the general consensus or no?
That seems to be the general consensus.
Okay.
I did not end up watching Moxley Darby, but most people I had talked to seemed to agree with that sentiment.
Even if they Danielson Nigel slightly higher, Dave Meltzer has Moxley Darby slightly higher. All the experts.
That's really all you need to get your opinions from is Dave and the inmates.
If they don't like it, why should I?
Yeah, I go to Meltzer for all my JCW lunacy reviews before I watch the show.
Oh my god!
The downside of it was like fucking 4 hours because it was a Dynamite and a Collision taping, and I didn't even stay for Okada versus Sammy Guevara because by the end of it I was just like, I'm tired. I want to go to sleep. I don't want to stay up past midnight watching Okada versus Sammy Guevara.
When I'm going to Dynamite tomorrow, when you go to the Peterson Event Center website or whatever, look at tickets, it's like combo tickets for both shows. And I'm like, what are you talking about? What's the other show? It's Rampage. I was like, shut up.
Yeah. No, I went to see. I can't remember what might have been in Worcester, might have been in Boston. I don't remember which show it was. I stayed all the way to the end because the Rampage main event was like Takeshita versus Commander. And like, I'm not missing that.
Last time I went to an AEW show, they were doing Rampage after, and I would say at least 60% of the audience was like, I'm out of here.
Yeah.
That's
what it's like.
Huge mass of people leaving.
Yeah, I mean, they couldn't get people to stick around for like, Juice Robinson and the Guns versus 3 local people.
Is there a reason they don't tape them beforehand? Or they just think people won't get there that early?
I don't know. I mean, sometimes they're taping Ring of Honor before it.
Oh.
And then they tape Rampage after. All
right. Well, has anyone else gone into secret live wrestling shows they didn't mention?
No, Dan.
Well, then I think it's time for the big top.
Hit the music.
This might be the biggest big top we've ever had. This is a big deal.
This is long awaited.
People have been going nuts for this shit. We're doing the Evolve draft, guys.
The fear of doing this big top led to one of the founders leaving the site in a public role.
You say public role. He's got a private role I don't know about?
He is still in the founders trap.
He is, you're right. All right.
So I had multiple questions as we entered this.
Oh, you said you were going to ask a question to bully or hurt my feelings or something?
It's bullying because you're going to feel on the spot and you're going to be like, why did you not bring this up before?
Oh my God.
The show.
I'm so mad already. You're right. I'm already mad. Go ahead.
But I figured I would more likely get the answer I want if I put you on the spot. So it's 2 questions. One, Pat almost alluded to it in a way. Let me get back to. Sorry, I can't. I'm just searching for Ant. Okay, so
I had asked if we are considering the ants as separate entities from people who are sometimes accused of being ants, like Orange Cassidy.
That's very funny. My gut says no, they're the same people, but like I don't want to be a bully about it.
Okay. What does everyone say? Do we want to draft them separately?
I say we don't have any proof that they're the same people.
That's so true.
Yeah, there is no proof that Fire Ant is Orange Cassidy and Soldier Ant is Drew Gulak.
We've never seen Soldier Ant diddle anyone's sweatpants, waistbands. So
I love it. Okay, perfect. There we go. My question, my note was, I'd like us to have to draft them as they were in Evolve. It can be whenever they were in Evolve, but it cannot be like, oh yeah, I'm taking Bryan Danielson circa 2015, 2014, whatever.
Oh, I thought I thought we were doing that. I thought like that was my default assumption.
Okay.
Yeah, you're getting them how they were, why they were in Evolve.
So
not maybe like that time period, not maybe their Evolve matches, but like you're getting, if you're taking a wrestler from 2014, you're getting how they were in 2014.
Okay, perfect. So I do have this. The actual question was not related to the ants. It was related to Chris Hero. Can we pick Skinny Hero and Fat Hero as two separate people?
Absolutely not.
Okay. But I believe that person does.
Whoever gets Chris Hero gets to choose.
But they have to pick. You can't just say
I would say
Chris
whoever
Hero.
gets Chris Hero has to choose. Yeah, you have to declare
an era of hero. It's like if you're playing my era as an NBA 2K. You can't just say Michael Jordan. There are different models, people. Okay.
All right. I think we should let the audience know the order of the draft is Sam, Dan, Pat, and Chris. And it will obviously be a snake draft. We're doing 20 rounds today, and then 10 more rounds next week, and taking a quick break and booking a card.
That's right.
All right.
Okay.
So I guess Sam, take it away, I guess, right? Unless anyone has anything else to say.
I think before we start, we should, the idea is that we're going to create these cards and that people are going to vote on which card they like best.
Okay.
So I think it's been a while. What are the stakes for the winner and the loser?
I don't think we discussed stakes, but I like it.
I know last time.
Any ideas?
Loser had to watch and talk about 3 matches on the show the following week.
Oh yeah, let's just do that again. That was good because it made Chris threaten my life.
Perfect. The limit is 20-minute matches. I think is what we decided.
Yes.
We'll keep that.
Yeah,
it
does make you get creative as to what kinds of Triple H matches you torture people with.
So really the goal here is not to win. It's just not to lose.
Ain't that what it's all about?
That's the violent people way.
Who's filling in our document?
I am.
Okay, perfect.
I say I don't have access, so it's got to be Chris.
Chris is making sure he's really on top of this shit.
So yeah, Sam, start us whenever you're ready.
All right. 1-1 with a bullet. Put it down. Sami Callihan.
Holy shit.
Let's get
You
it.
could have saw that coming.
Okay. Shut up.
No, you don't have to choose. It's just fat.
Did he wrestle and evolve as both fat and skinny Sami Callihan?
I think it was pure skinny. Pure skinny. CZW is really, I guess, and no, I think it's one of the only promotions he wrestles as both is in CZW. Because, like, Lucha Underground, I would call it fat. TNA fat.
What about AAW?
I think there's a little bit of, maybe not fully fat, but towards the end of his run, there's definitely like some chubby.
Fair. But there's levels to this.
Yeah.
One time I was at an indie wrestling show and Sami Callihan was at his merch table, like selling stuff. And he's got a bunch of Wrestling Revolver DVDs, and his pitch to me was, it has Billy Gunn. And that was how he tried to. He was like, "Yeah, it's a great show, man. We got Billy Gunn to come out."
That's so funny. One time I was at a show that Sami Callihan maybe
I'm pulling out the wallet.
But he like heckled my sister who was buying a Matt Cross shirt. He was like, "You're gonna buy a shirt? I could give you 2 DVDs for that price." She's like, "I don't want that."
Can't wear DVDs.
Okay. Now I want to state before I make my pick that I have a big board, but also Pat has, for some reason, an alphabetical list of 700 names that have worked for Revolve, including Weatherman Josh, Sergeant Murray, Omar Amir.
This is my only preparation. I have it printed out in front of me, and when it's my turn to pick, I'm just looking at it.
Who the fuck is Justin Carino?
I had to double check that because I'm like,
it's Colby Carino, right?
Wrestle as... No, it's a different guy.
Is it a different guy?
Yeah.
That's awesome. And that's my number one. I'm just kidding. Give me a Danielson. It feels boring, but like,
I don't love that
picking
pick.
the GOAT.
Don't love that pick.
It is the greatest of all time.
Then you're really gonna hate my... I believe in redemption for everybody, so my first pick is going to be Evolve Star Velveteen Dream.
Holy shit.
All right. Well, at least it feels like I'm not competing in the same category as one of our contestants.
All right, was not on my board.
Oh my god. I already have a guess of who he's picking number 2, and I hate it. It's the wrong Gulak.
Number one pick.
I could do...
There's options here on the board. Let's just say.
Yeah, there are certainly options.
Okay.
My first pick is Loki. Evolve Legend.
Loki.
As we
I
discussed.
knew he wouldn't get back to me, but I had hopes.
All right. That's a good pick. Not there for a long time, but a good time.
And lots of names screaming out at me for my second pick in a row. Lots of names screaming out. That one was easy. This one's hard.
I just realized that on my giant list, I accidentally left Larry Dallas on.
You mean off? What do you mean?
I left Larry Dallas. Wasn't he the announcer? No, I'm thinking of Lenny Leonard. Sorry.
I think you can include both. Quite frankly,
I think we all get Lenny. Everyone gets Lenny on commentary. Because it's not Evolve unless Lenny's on commentary.
That's so true.
And
I was going to say,
by
it'd
the
be funny
way,
if someone drafted him and then no one else could have commentary on their show.
not available. I can get Joey Styles. He'll say the P word.
No, he won't. He'll just
come
mouth close to saying it.
You're right.
My second pick is Biff Busick.
Ooh.
That's a good one.
Pat, I'm afraid to ask.
I'm terrified.
We're going to go with a kind man, a sensitive man, a man who unifies as much as he devastates. We're going to go with Drake Yammer.
All right.
Okay.
He is on my board at least.
Yeah.
All right. Back to me. I think I'm going to have to go. I'm not going to tell you what form currently, but I'm going with Chris Hero.
All right. That's a good pick. All right. So I got 2 picks now, right?
You get 2. That's the way it works.
All right. So I'm going to go, obviously, gotta complete the set. Fit Finley.
Yep.
And then we're going to add on Timothy Thatcher.
Nice. I wasn't sure if he'd get back to me. Give me Eddie Kingston. I'm just jumping right on it. Like as if someone's going to skip ahead of me somehow.
Get on it. Oh, you got Danielson, Hero, and Kingston. How original, Dan.
I don't understand why I'm always getting ridiculed for liking good wrestlers and good wrestling matches.
Just like agreeing with the populace every single time.
Well, I'm going to break up that streak. I'm going to take Roderick Strong.
Hey, that was next.
Wow. What'd he do?
Oh, Yeah, I'm terrified. What has Roger done?
Shitty little boots. I know we kind of had internal debate about what drafting this wrestler meant. But I still believe, because I have to have him on my card because he is one of my goats. God draft Dick Togo.
I went to one of the shows that Dick Togo did for Evolve. You know who he faced at that show?
All ego Ethan Page.
Yeah. I got to sit there live, and I was so excited. Like, all right, I get to see Dick Togo versus Ethan Page.
But that is why I'm saying you get 2016 Dick Togo, not him versus Ethan Page, whatever he was capable of in 2016.
And I will also draft Fred Yehai.
I'm gonna go with let's say Austin Aries.
All right. Now we're back on track.
The discussions that this locker room will be having.
Gotta really open your mind here. I love it.
Give me Drew Gulak.
CZ Dub. All right. So I got. All right. So I might need to take some time on these, but let's start with Darby. Let's take him next. That seems correct. That feels good. Feels a little righteous.
I mean, he was good in Evolve. Yeah,
He was great in Evolve.
Yeah,
he was already one of the best in the world.
He had already figured he figured out what he needs to do to get over, which is nearly die every single match, but in a good way.
Yeah, and he was already starting to figure out shit on the mat too. He was doing some crazy shit with Zack Sabre Jr. and Thatcher and stuff. And any match he had with catch point guys, he was doing good shit.
He was one of the, in the period where I was going to Evolve every time they rolled through Massachusetts, he was one of the highlights.
Oh, absolutely. When I went to an Evolve show, he was on the show twice. He was in a 4-way, and he had just a squash match with some shitter. But I was one of the I was a Darby is the future guy on Twitter at that point already, and I was just yep. Seeing him live, just this guy's gonna be on TV, and he is, and he's having great matches with John Moxley. Allegedly, I should watch that match. I only made it up to the Bucks title match.
No, the main event was the best thing on the show. I loved the Danielson Nigel match, but I loved it more for the feeling.
Yeah.
The Darby Mox was a better match, man.
Yeah, I believe that believe that sight unseen. Sam, you're second.
All right, we're gonna go with Walter.
That would have meant
that's feels like
and this would be Fat Walter.
Most flexibility here of where we're at in the draft. Man, we got a lot to go here.
My turn. Give me Sawa.
We're
I
selling.
cannot believe that he made it.
Can't believe what?
I can't believe we made it to the 5th round without anyone drafting my pick, who was in the same conversation of, this guy's going to be the fucking future. Give me Matt Riddle. Give me 2016 Matt Riddle.
Give it to him.
He's got it.
He's got it. He's got it. He's taking it. Just drinking brewskis with the boys, Man of the people, Matt Riddle.
Here I gotta take another one of my guys, and I don't know if he's worked the most like Evolve/Dragon Gate USA shows ever, but it's got to be high up there. AR Fox.
He was on my, secret short list.
Love
He's
AR
still
Fox.
really good. He's still really good in like Ring of Honor and wherever he shows up. He's a highlight there.
He is like one of the most consistent, like of that era of the Indies, one of the most consistent guys.
And live. What do you got for next?
Some big names left. Yeah, I gotta take him. I gotta take Zack Sabre Jr.
Surprised he made it this far.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, it was like it's time. It's time.
Gotta do it. I get it.
Like with Walter and Riddle going, it's like he's not gonna get back to me.
I'm considering my options.
Now, do you have Pat? Do you have the rap sheets for all your guys in front of you too, or are you having the cross reference?
I'm going off of memory.
Okay.
I'm going off of memory of scandals, and I'm going to go with someone who's the only rap sheet I know of is potentially exiling Dan Moff from wrestling for a while. Give me Homicide.
Good pick.
So are you guys, when you make your picks, are you kind of like thinking about like how you want to structure the card that will eventually come from these picks? Or are you just, going for...
I feel like I'd start thinking of that later on more. Right now I'm just like best player available.
With everyone I pick, I'm kind of looking at my big list like, who would I put them against?
Yeah, right now I feel like I'm just like, okay, are there a couple of different directions I can go with the next person on my list? I don't really have any matches set in my head, but mostly like, can I do something with it?
I'm going to pick El Generico.
Can you imagine how dire this draft would be if like it had to be like people who had wrestled and evolved like 3 times?
It
would cut out so many huge. Yeah, it would cut out so many huge names.
Yeah, you cut out a lot of like one single WrestleMania weekend guys.
Though looking at our draft so far, that only really eliminates Togo.
No, Togo did 2 shows.
You said it had to do 3.
Yeah.
Oh, 3. Yeah,
who would that like Togo and maybe Homicide? I don't know how many he did.
So, how many did Sawa work? I know he worked
like 4 because he did
4?
2
Yeah.
and then like later he did another double shot.
True.
So he sneaks in by doing the double shot twice, but you're right. But anyone that just did 1 double shot would be out the door. Oh, Homicide only has 1 Evolve match.
Wow. Poser.
I'm not sure. I think Velveteen Dream only had 3. Because he was, I remember him being a replacement for Ricochet on one weekend.
And though, like, I'm sure that might be a guy who only one of them actually aired.
Yeah, because it was in that weird thing where it's like Velveteen Dream is coming to work the show, but WWN Live can't stream it.
Sam, how you feeling?
Oh, we're really getting to the thick of it. I have a profound respect for early evolve, so let's go John Davis.
Ooh.
Sleeper pick.
Yeah. Real heads no.
One of Gabe's truest soldiers.
Not a good sign for where I had him. I had a control F it. He wasn't visible. He wasn't visible on my
Wow. Well, that makes sense because you've got guys like Danielson, Hero, Kingston, folks like you know if you're a casual. I get it.
Oh, this is I mean, you couldn't have drafted those guys in like an IWAMS draft, so you got to do it now.
Gotta do it now. Let's do Claudio.
Right after John Davis.
Exactly.
Claudio Castagnoli.
I want to let the record show that Claudio was picked in the 7th while John Davis was picked in the 6th.
Here we go. Here's someone that only wrestled there once. Give me Higuchi.
Who? Kajusada Higuchi?
Yep, he wrestled there in 2019 one time.
Yeah, I think it was at the Mania Super Show versus JD Drake
Versus Kurt Stallion.
And oh, well then I don't know what show I'm thinking of then. It was something from Mania weekend. But him and JD Drake just chopped the shit out of each other. It was great.
Oh, that was a WWE Live Super Show. That was Mercury Rising.
Ooh,
yeah, okay.
Hey, wait.
No. The match he's talking about was Mercury
Okay.
Rising. He also worked Evolve against Kurt Stallion.
Okay.
Don't think you're pulling. I'm pulling funny business.
I just want to make sure.
I mean, Higuchi is on the list I pulled from Cage Match of everyone who ever worked in Evolve. Higuchi's on there. So is I'm going to go all the way back to the earliest Evolve and draft one of the main eventers from Evolve 1. Give me Kota Ibushi.
That was my pick.
You didn't take mine yet, though, so that's good.
I got a control F Ibushi. There he is.
All right, I guess I am continuing the trend of taking DDT greats. I am going to take Konosuke Takeshita.
Are there any other DDT greats you can take to go for a twofer on that one, or? I guess Jason Kincaid would be a DDT great. He worked a whole bunch.
That's true.
Oh man, I'm trying not to talk about Jason Kincaid. I want to get him later rounds.
Joey Janela worked a lot of. I'm not taking Joey.
I'm
Janela.
holding you to that. Everyone heard him draft Joey Janela.
I am actually taking the late Brody Lee.
Fuck. That was next up on my list.
All right. Well, I'm just gonna be a dickhead. Give me John Moxley.
They go together well.
See, there's like a pick that I'm like, oh, I can pick this person next because Sam won't take them. So who should I take that Sam might take?
Mark Haskins.
He's right.
Come on, don't. Let's not give the game away.
I don't know here. Give me. I don't know. I don't think this is a guy Sam would take, but give me Sakamoto. Daisuke Sakamoto.
Would not be a guy I would have taken.
No, I know, but both guys I want, you're not going to take either of them, so.
I see how it is. Wow.
I'm actually worried about Chris and Dan taking one of my prospects, but I'm not going to say any more because I don't want them to get any ideas.
Was Zodiac Killer?
I'm just saying. Matt Fitchett and Davey Vega, if I can get both of them together on the same card.
I'm waiting for someone to snipe someone else's tag team. Like, that's going to happen.
Oh, that kind of happened with Kings of Wrestling already.
I guess that's true.
Let's take Peter Casa. Need my big flippy dude. I don't got a lot of dudes that can fly in here yet.
Just make sure that you reinforce the fucking top rope. Your show.
You better, yeah. If you ruin his career, don't specifically book him to end his career again. Come
Oh
on.
my god, how funny would it be though?
You might need to book him in like a no ropes match.
Yeah, I was gonna book him in like a no ropes blood sport. Are we booking finishes for these matches, or are we just saying like, I would put like Moxley versus Homicide?
I think it's probably up to the person how you're feeling.
A good
You can
bid
get
would
as
just
big
be
brained
like,
as you can, as you want.
I was thinking a good bid would be like my card is just a Royal Rumble.
I remember when I used to think like, long matches equals good. So you go through my notebooks where I was booking cards that would be like 8 hours long if they actually happened. So I'm like, well, these guys.
Oh, so you're Brett Lauderdale from GCW.
Yeah. Nice to meet you. I'm from Rochester, New York.
Esteemed CZW referee Brett Lauderdale.
How are we feeling, Sam?
This is we should have put timers on this because I could just take all day here and just be like, well, who should I take?
Well, that's
It's
why
funny for you to be like, we need a timer. Like, you could be your own timer.
What do you mean?
Like, you're in control of how long you're taking.
I know, but I need time for myself. I need to make decisions here, and I'm out here fucking around, being like, well, who the fuck should
we need a timer. I could not be controlled.
That's one of the reasons I'm like talking shit is to give you some extra time.
And then
we've all been talking the most during Sam's picks because he's clearly like really thinking about it.
I'm really thinking about it.
Trying to decide between Sumi Sakai and Uha Nation.
You got to stop saying all my picks out loud, man.
All right, Mike Quackenbush.
Oh, fuck. God, I was thinking, all right, I got to get Quack before it comes back around to Sam. I should have taken him instead of fucking Sakamoto.
Yeah, I was toying around with Quack for a hot minute.
I'm pissed.
So was I, just on the basis of like, what if I did a draft that was all sex offenders?
Give me Kevin Steen, who I knew that Sam would never ever take.
Yeah, you were never in danger of losing Steen to Sam.
No, I know.
And
but I should have went Quack, Steen, and then maybe Sakamoto would have came around.
Well, I don't know if he would have gotten back to you. I guess is the thing. But we'll find out.
Yeah. Well, how will we find out?
I guess we will never find out.
I don't know that means we'll find
I don't know
out.
why I said that. I just say shit sometimes, Dan. That's how it goes.
All right.
This is a podcast. That's what we do.
Pat, you're up.
I'm up, and before either Dan or Chris can take him, I'm going to take the chocolate juggalo Willie Mack.
Oh, accidentally started typing.
I'm trying to book JCW over here.
Oh my god.
All right, going into my 100 with my big board.
Why? You don't have
We don't have to.
To take Willie Mack off of it.
Oh, I thought you meant you were gonna pick your 100th. I'm like, you could do the 40th guy on your list at worst.
All right. So he was not particularly good in Evolve, but I want to draft him because it's funny to draft him. I'm picking Cody.
All right.
I'm not totally sure I wrote Cody down. Let me check this out. I did not.
He's bringing pizza.
That means I listed like
I went
130
to-
names. I didn't get the Cody.
I think it was his debut in Evolve. It was in Maryland.
Was that when he brought pizza?
I don't remember if it was when he brought. I think it might have been his first. It might have been his second Evolve show. I thought it was his first. It was him versus Zack Sabre Jr. as the main event. But the thing that stuck with me at that show was they had Matt Riddle versus Tim Thatcher, and they were just like slugging each other in the gut. Like sitting in the crowd, you could hear the smack of their fists on each other's stomach, and it was just disgusting. They did a bit where they were tied up in a leg lock together, and they kept rolling, trying to get advantage, and then they just rolled under the ropes, just to the floor. And it was like after that match, I'm just like, well, Cody can do his best, but they should have put those guys on last.
Didn't Max Landis used to like buy pizza for like the PWG guys?
Yes.
He's a good guy.
My next pick is Leo Rush.
That's a good pick. I don't know why I had him so low, honestly.
I had him in the L's.
Yeah, I see him on your board here. I got your board pulled up too.
Oh my gosh.
Mostly to look at, so I'm like, I don't know who all these people are. I don't know wrestling like I thought I did.
You don't know Cold Steel Chuck O'Neil? Who was not my pick.
After the draft, tell me how many of these names are fake.
None. Literally none. I mean, most of them are probably fake names in that they're wrestling names, but...
That's true.
I had someone in mind, and then I forgot. So I'm just buying time as I go through the list.
Do you think Donovan and Donovan Dijak are two different wrestlers on your list?
No, I had to check that. I checked that.
Okay.
Different people. Give me see, there are too many great options. Too many, like Tomahawk TT.
Evolve, great wrestling promotion, has all the stars.
I mean, give me Shotzi Blackheart.
Exactly. Yep.
I don't need the control off that one. I don't need the control off that one. That's not on the board.
At that point, like I'm just running my pen over the page, and I'm just like, okay, I've wasted enough time. That's who we're doing.
Wow, you're a better person than me.
We should have a timer, and every time the timer goes off, you get another Shotzi Blackheart. Give me. Important. I need to check something real fast, guys. I'm gonna do some typing here. I want to see what years this guy was there. Yeah, give me Trevor Lee. He was there a lot.
He was there as Trevor Lee and as Cameron Grimes.
Yeah.
So you got to decide which. Are you doing Trevor Lee?
Trevor Lee. I can already let you know on that secret there.
Ooh, spooky. Okay, I had someone. Let's grab Ricochet. Then let's pick up Gresham.
That was very quick. I'm gonna keep it going. Give me Akira Tozawa.
That's one I wanted. Fuck you. Well, since Akira Tozawa got picked, I'm going to act out and pick. Who can I pick that will make everyone mad? That's the problem. Is give me Jaka.
Damn. Okay. I was thinking about picking up a certain tag team in the next go around, but
that is the less problematic of the two. So that's crazy coming from you.
Does he still wrestle?
Occasionally.
Yeah, he does a little bit.
Yeah.
He occasionally tags with
Maluda.
Yeah, Sean Maluda.
Yeah, he was all over like Beyond and like the Boston, Rhode Island, Worcester shows for a while.
I am going to pick.
You got to go Dickinson for one of these, man.
Why?
Steal the tag team from Pat.
No.
He doesn't care enough.
The thing is, even if he steals the tag team, there's still other members of Team Pazuzu I could take.
I'm taking.
Did Kimberly ever wrestle for Evolve?
I don't believe so.
Not according to my research.
You can look at the list.
One of the most awkward crowds I've ever been in was Kimberly versus Chris Hero at some Beyond show, where it was just Chris Hero just nailing her with elbows, and the crowd's just sitting there like, How do we react to this?
What are we watching?
Like, this is just 10 minutes of like him like beating up a woman who we didn't know at the time, but she was probably drunk off her ass.
One time, my dork ass, for some reason, asked Kimberly. I think I went to an AIW show. She no-showed, and then there was like a Chikara show the next day, like somewhere else that she was at for like next week. And I was like, where were you? And she's like, I didn't want to fucking be there. I don't know if she said fuck it, but she's like, I didn't want to be there. And I went, oh, okay.
Cool.
I'm taking Slim J.
I love that.
Oh,
All right.
Nice.
I was like, asked and answered.
Then I am taking Brian Kendrick.
He was on my problematic people.
That's a fat list, yeah.
List.
He's not wrestling on Pat's show. He's just giving a talk about the Holocaust.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. Is like most of my guys are there for the discourse, for the feeling, the vibe that they bring to a locker room.
The exchange.
And
ideas.
on that note, the thing is, you want to have a locker room that's full of positive people who will uplift one another, who will support one another, and to that extent, give me Lufisto. I think she will be nothing but a positive contribution to my evolved show in hell.
Jesus.
Everyone's heard the story where Kevin Steen is like telling her, or someone's telling her, wrestling's fake, and she goes, "It's not in Japan."
She's right.
I just think about it all the time. Like, she gets it. All right, who am I taking here? It's crazy. This guy's still on the board. Give me Davey Richards.
Good old DR.
He's, we're gonna build the promotion around him.
You have to.
Sam.
Great question. I'm glad you asked. Let's take Keith Lee. Let's also take Silver Ant.
I don't have any of the ants written down. God damn it. This is a nightmare for me.
Honestly, it gets really complicated that we separated them because I'm like, I can't just take Tracy because
I really should have tried to get Tracy, Gulak, and both the ants and made them wrestle each other.
that would have been funny. Like, I already have Quack, so I gotta do something with that. I can't be picking up normal ass wrestlers. I gotta be bringing in ants and shit.
Oh, you already did both your picks. I was waiting for one, and you already did it. Okay. I should know who I want then. If I'm just sitting here waiting. Give me. Good audio. I got two guys I'm going between. I'm trying to think which one's less likely to get back around.
How are you talking through
really
with us?
Worried. I'm really worried about this one guy. I like better than the other guy, but one guy is definitely a sex pest. So I'm afraid Pat's gonna get him. So give me Mike Elgin.
The thing is, when you said this guy's a sex pest, I'm like, that still doesn't narrow it down.
Doesn't narrow down at all.
Could be
Yeah.
a litany of people.
On that note, give me Marty Skrull.
There you go.
I'm gonna assume not on my list, but let me check. If I got no crazy. Nope, did not make my list somehow.
Marty Skrull he's going to be the booker of this show to, restore the feeling that he tried to bring to ROH.
I'm taking. Is it time for Big Stoke? This is Stokely Hathaway.
Wow, that's a value pick here in the 13th round.
Yeah.
And after Stokely Hathaway, that's when you've got to take. When you've got to take Alex Colon.
Yep.
Shocking,
There we go.
shockingly high on my board. I'm not gonna lie.
So,
He's number 9
so
right now.
based on the evolved things, are you drafting Stokely Hathaway called Stokely Hathaway, or is this him when he has the name Chuck Taylor?
This is Stoke.
Okay. Well, I'm going to draft Chuck Taylor.
Dustin?
AKA Dustin.
Okay,
After he
just want
lost
to make sure.
the
Just
rights
want to make sure.
to the name Chuck
Yeah,
Taylor.
we were all like, what do we do? What's going on?
I think Stokely Hathaway was like Chuck Taylor with like the little trademark.
Yes, he was.
And that was that in Evolve too, or just Chikara?
That was in Evolve because
Oh.
on one of the shows I went to, they like build like so and so versus Dustin.
All right, give me Tracy Williams.
Yeah, can't let Sam book Silver Ant versus Tracy Williams.
I'm not having it. Not on my watch.
I already feel bad. About
I'm
the
so
Silver
mad.
Ant pick.
I clearly knew how I felt about splitting them, and I just kept it. I should have been like, fuck that. It's stupid.
I you know what? Too bad.
Yeah,
I should.
I agree.
I came out worse for wear in that pick. So who's to say? Anyway, let's pick up Jigsaw. I just need as many people that can potentially wear masks as well on the roster here.
I got this Chikara bullshit motherfucker talking about my list.
What the hell? I'm out here talking
just
last week about how I wish there's more promotions like Chikara these days, and then I made a point to say it's not about the masks, and then
You're like, it's actually not about anything about Chikara. It's just I want good wrestling.
so there we go. Well, we're really getting to the thick of it. I gotta look and see who the hell's available still, because I don't want to do it some dumb bullshit and be like, oh yeah, I actually should have picked someone that was much better. Instead
I
of
think there's still a lot of good guys here.
instead of being super cute with it. All right, let's go. Mike Bailey.
Beloved of the Discord, Mike Bailey.
Everyone loves him. Everyone says, wow, Mike Bailey, what a great wrestler in the year 2024.
I really wrestled.
Evolved Mike Bailey was back when people still actually did like Mike Bailey. So
I just
Correct.
wish he wrestled more. I never get to see him.
All right, shut the fuck up.
Get
Make a
yourself
pick.
out there, man. Oh my! Oh, I have to make a pick right away. That's rude. First off, give me again between two guys, one from Japan, one from America. Got a lot of Japanese guys already. Let's go Matt Sydal.
fuck. I was hoping no one had noticed that he hadn't gone yet.
You said Mike
he's a
Sydal,
sneaky.
right?
Of course, the good Sydal.
Wait, Mike
looking at him as the
Sydal
guy that
didn't
broke-
wrestle for Evolve? Gabe, you bitch.
Coward.
Wasn't he retired for a great period of time?
I believe he was.
Got his neck broken or some shit.
Not addicted to the grind.
I'm looking for like a good like death match.
Sorry, I took Alex Colon.
Yeah, I was like, he really stole
Yeah,
it.
you took Alex Colon. I don't want Pinky Sanchez.
What?
I got some
He's
death
from
match.
the
guys,
The collection
on
of
the
guys
list.
that Pat had, and he's just like, I don't want Pinky Sanchez.
Yeah, I mean there's a line somewhere. Uh,
30 wrestlers is a lot, guys.
Yeah. And you know
Yeah,
what?
thank God we split
Give me-
this.
Yeah, imagine.
Give me Mr. Eric Ryan.
Oh, there's a good one.
All right.
Eric Ryan.
Respect to AIW.
Maybe if he
XPW
forgets the
World
show.
Champion Eric Ryan. We got to get to the bottom of whether or not he or Necro Butcher is the real XPW World Champ.
I am taking Ikuto Hidaka.
Ooh. That's the
Was
guy
that-
from Japan. That was the guy from Japan. Yep.
That's what I thought.
I really fucked myself there talking, huh?
No, he was number one on my board before
enough.
you said anything.
Dan is so afraid of saying anything that might inform anyone of the direction he goes.
I'm like, I've never even watched Evolve. I don't know anything about Evolve.
It shows.
You're booking a Chikara show.
Yeah, you
Dan,
really fucking missed
Just
out.
so you know, early Evolve was pretty much a quarter dedicated to Chikara, so I'm just in spirit.
Listen, I know a lot about early Evolve. I listened to some bullshit podcast that did not make it past like 12 events.
It was 10?
That's not past 12.
It's not
Dan,
past 12.
Did you think I didn't have the guy who worked Battle Arts on my list? Then I'm going to draft Kyle the Beast. KTB.
There we go.
You know what? Give me the Man Scout, Jake Manning.
There we go. What a choice. I love it.
You know, he's currently like the merch guy for like he sets up the merch things at their live events. So, you know, if you go to the Pittsburgh show, you might see him.
Does he still work for High Spots or no?
I think he moved over to working for AEW.
Okay, all right. I'm going to take Anthony Henry.
All right. It's not really. It doesn't bode well for you that you got put right next to me.
I'm good with him as a tag team or singles. You do what you got to do.
Oh, I don't give me that crap.
No, I have a singles match picked out for him already. So do whatever you want to do.
Well, first up, let's go with the real wrestler, Chase Burnett. I'm just trying to figure out like how reasonable it is to keep collecting Chikara wrestlers at some point. It feels like
you got a lot of them left still that you could book.
Your card is just King of Trios.
Yeah. You haven't touched the Assyrian Portal.
I was about to say.
Yeah.
Next up, give me Hollow Wicked, baby. Give me Hollow Wicked.
We still have a bunch of ants on the board.
We got so many ants. I'm not.
Hollow Wicked is my next highest Chikara guy. Give me JD Drake.
Give me Mr. James Havoc.
I don't know why I looked to see if I wrote him down. Why would I write him down?
I like I wrote James Havoc.
Jimmy Evolve Superstar Jimmy Havoc. Yeah.
I don't want James.
Don't want James.
I don't want James.
This list, Pat's won, so he's not reviewing matches. This is already.
No, if we leave it up to the people, I guarantee you there are going to be people like, I'm not voting for, I'm voting for fucking Velveteen Dream to lose or whatever. So this is a big gamble where it's like either people will want to support my idea of putting Drake Younger against Marty Skrull, or they will just like be like, Drake Younger, fuck that, last place.
I think shouldn't it be? It should feel like it should be Drake Younger versus Velveteen Dream. This isn't Drake Younger trying to save the kids.
That's a good point.
I'm not trying to. I don't know why
Marty Skrull went after the kids too.
Oh, he went after the kids too. I can't keep track of who's canceled for what.
Yeah. So, yeah. No. My idea here is put deathmatch wrestlers against sex offenders.
Gave up.
Chris, how we looking?
I mean, just say it, Tony Nese. We know that's what you're thinking.
No, I am taking.
Which bravado?
I am taking Mr. Freak Beast, Nick Komoroto. And I'm following that up by taking Rick Boogs.
Good luck. Good luck, Pat.
Yeah.
Follow that.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna take give me Wrecking Ball Ligursky.
God damn it.
That's a value pick.
I've actually seen him. Yeah. Big fat guy.
No, he's a great wrestler from New.
Yeah,
NAW.
exactly.
The people's promotion.
Yeah.
The thing
He's shaped like a wrecking ball. He wrecks people. It's, you know.
There are a lot of like signed, pushed guys still out there.
I mean, no one has taken Will Ospreay. No one's taken either of the Young Bucks.
Drew Galloway, Fire Ant / or Orange Cassidy.
Hear everything.
No one's taken Just Incredible.
And all I'm thinking is, give me Ray Horace.
All right, that's a good pick. He was on there. He was on there. But also feels like a person I was going to continuously pass over repeatedly here. Let's start with ACH.
Oh,
that is a good pick.
But will he quit before you run your show?
I didn't write him down.
Get it together. Get it together.
Yeah,
Which also means I've guaranteed a separation from someone else, which is good. I don't want him to have to be associated with that man anymore.
Oh man.
What's up?
I fucked up.
Because you didn't take the AIW legend? Well, okay. We'll get there, I guess. I feel a little screwed here. Let's go with Jeff Cobb.
Good pick. I would like to take, with my next pick, since you mentioned him, give me Will Ospreay. I got a plan for him.
I like how you said that.
Yeah, Will Ospreay versus Tracy Williams in a 60-minute draw.
Don't put my shit out there when I'm not ready for it.
There are a lot of good names, and there are a lot of bad names too, and I don't know which one I want. Give me David Starr.
Oh, I had to go find some new pictures of him for you guys.
Yeah, put him on the poster.
That's.
Can we make it one exception? Can I get 2024 David Starr?
I'll allow that.
Yeah, we're allowing that.
Where it looks like it's just uncomfortable to move or exist.
All right. First pick. I'm going to take Martin Stone.
I like it.
And pick number 20 to kick off the final round of this episode. I am going to pick Jarek 120.
That's such a good one.
Nice.
Oh, this is our last pick. I gotta make this a good one when it comes to me.
Yeah. See, I've got a bunch of tag teams that I could resolve to keep any of you jerks from breaking it up. I just have to decide which one's most important.
I gotta be honest, David Starr is looking pretty normal right now. He slimmed down for his wedding.
Wait, he got married?
Nasty.
He got married August 31st, I believe.
That doesn't seem like a good idea.
Gross.
Take that up with Catherine.
Give me Trent Beretta.
All right. You didn't go with any. Oh, I guess. Is there a connection with him and Jake Manning? Or I guess him and Chuck Taylor.
In that they're both fucking awesome wrestlers, yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
Give me Sabu.
Now that's good.
Evolve 10
What
tribute
year was
to the
it?
arena legend.
All I'm gonna say is
I was gonna
the
ask
last
what
two
year.
picks are connected.
Wait, he's waiting for number 30, just incredible, to get back on track. All right, looking at who's available. This is the last pick of the episode, so I gotta make it good, solid, strong. Let's go, Chris Dickinson.
It feels like everyone gave Pat plenty of time to get him.
Yeah. If he was gonna do it,
Yeah, I just didn't want him. Yeah, no. Everyone knows Jocko was the money on that team.
Wow.
Guys, I would say we did it. We didn't really do it yet.
We haven't even done
I would
it.
love something to happen that don't do part 2 next week. That's my dream.
No, we can't.
I'm actively.
Please, I need to finish a draft.
I'm gonna break my leg on purpose or something. I don't know why I can't pod with a broken leg, but
Actually, my
So I'm
anniversary is
looking
next
at this.
week. So
wait, are you really got next week?
No, I'm gonna be here.
Oh shit, that would have been.
You gotta
great.
make these takes.
My anniversary is the 6th,
Oh,
but I will be here.
I'm looking at my big list, and guys that did not get drafted in the first 20 rounds include Adam Cole, Adam Page, Anthony Green, everyone's favorite.
Noah Superstar.
Bobby Fish, Noah Superstar, Massachusetts boy. Bobby Fish, Kyle O'Reilly, Brian Cage.
Shane
There's so
Strickland.
many, it's going to be so funny when we go all 30 rounds and no one has taken Dijak.
What do you guys think Kanye thought about Anthony Green?
Loved him.
Anthony Green versus Jack Morris versus LJ Cleary in a 13-minute, 21-second no contest in Shinjuku Face. 287 people, according to CageMatch.net. Kanye West was one of them.
I think Kanye was just having a great time, living life, making his girlfriend or wife, whatever, just walk around wearing nothing but a sheer body stocking. It's the dream.
This is a dire card he went to too.
I mean, I'm going to be honest. Noah sucks.
I mean, the highlight of this show would be the Wagners versus Soya and Sasaki, right?
It might be Kaito versus this guy who does not have a cage match.
I don't know who that is. I'm gonna be honest.
In 6 minutes, so he probably just beat the shit out of him for 6 minutes. It was probably 3 1/4.
All right. Oh, Sam, I know I'm the host, but do you have Wacky Line questions?
That's a great question. Well, you have some questions in the VP updates.
Okay, let me go look
So
that
you
up
can-
because we're getting this is a Wacky Line.
That was
Is
good.
that the new music for the Wacky Line?
Scared me.
Yeah, that's the new Wacky Line music.
Okay, here's the first question from Tim of Q&TR. What is the correct number of months to not have any black wrestlers on your shows? Sam?
Can you rephrase that? Can you say that question one more time? Correct.
What is the correct number of months to not have any black wrestlers on your shows? 4 is a word he threw in there, but
So you should always have black wrestlers on your show. Is that
okay.
that feels
all right. Bold.
like
bold.
I guess I'm confused by the question.
Oh, there's WWE
It's
stuff going on. You're
because
fine.
WWE is
They came out with a statement saying, "Oops, we were accidentally racist,
Yeah.
not on purpose racist."
Yeah, they people were making hay about there being no black wrestlers on the pay-per-view cards, and rather than just quietly book some black wrestlers, WWE was like, oh wow, we didn't even notice. We don't even see color.
They said like no one's ever said it's intentional. I'm like, well, that's good that you're not in the back going, we're doing this on purpose.
Which makes me the fact that they bring it up makes me go like, okay, it was intentional.
Personally, I would say 0 months.
Okay, a lot of out there takes tonight. This is a question that I would like a one-word answer from everyone. This is from Justice on the Discord. Now that you've done the Evolve draft, was Evolve actually any good? Chris?
Yes.
Pat?
Sometimes.
Sam?
Eh?
Dan? Absolutely.
It was more not good than good.
I don't think that's
There were
true.
definitely when I went to the Evolve shows, it was kind of up and down based on the night, based on the card.
Yeah,
what you're saying might be true, but I think it hit at a higher clip than most wrestling shows because most wrestling promotions are more bad than they are good. So that's an unfair
not Chikara.
bar for them than me.
I think it came like at a higher scrutiny than a lot of other similar promotions that were going at the same time because more people were watching it. And so like Evolve's issues were just more like well known because those were the shows that were getting uploaded and more people were watching, as opposed to like the other super indies of the time. And like Chikara would get uploaded, but you had a lot of people who would just absolutely firmly never watch a Chikara show in the first place. PWG, people aren't watching that until 3 months after the show happens. AAW, you would like a lot less people were watching AAW shows and stuff like that. And then it was like your CZWs and stuff. So like Evolve just kind of like it was very much not a perfect promotion, but had a lot of good wrestling. As Pat said, it really depended on the card, on the night. Sometimes you would get a completely flat card. Even the hyped matches, like sometimes like the good wrestlers would not have the best. Like sometimes you would see like a Chris Hero main event or a Timothy Thatcher match that might only be like a 3-star or something.
Yeah. The shows I went to, like they did Matt Riddle versus Ricochet. I think it was billed as a first time ever. And it went like 9 minutes and was just kind of there.
Yeah, I think it's the thing about Evolve is when it was bad, it was actually mostly boring.
Yeah.
And
yeah, that was 40-minute long Tracy Williams versus Drew Gulak match that I was sitting in the crowd for, and every time they put on a submission hold, the crowd came to life because they thought like, oh my god, it could finally end now.
We also have a second question that we're kind of answering right now. Is like, this is from Eamon. Do you think Evolve's legacy is appropriately recognized in discussions about 2010s wrestling? So we're kind of covering it all right now. I mean, on this show, I think the answer is yes, because I'm constantly pushing it as promotion of the decade.
I think that they had a big contribution, a legacy that people will perhaps overlook, which was they got their shit all up on FlowSlam.
That's right.
Were one of the early companies that indie companies where you could get on a service like FlowSlam or Triller or whatever and watch all their shit like live, not waiting 2 months for it to, or however long. So I do think that Evolve has an important part in pushing that model, making it successful, and then immediately selling out to WWE so that Gabe could go be a crypto dickhead or whatever.
Okay. We have another question here. In honor of Stalker Ichikawa's announcing his retirement, who are your favorite comedy wrestlers, and do you have a favorite comedy match? Chris?
I mean, I always have a soft spot for Toru Yano. That's kind of an easy answer, but he's an easy one to come to mind. Just like a guy that I was never a guy that totally got sick of the Yano comedy match in the G1. Like, as a guy who could just appreciate, it's a night off and they get to do the shtick and it's fun for the crowd. Even if it might not be the 4-star banger everyone, it's nice that like the workers get that kind of rest night, and then sometimes you get a random match where Yano randomly gets to go nuts. Also, like, it's kind of impressive, and I know he's as his stock in AEW has gone up, he's gone a lot more serious wrestler, but it is legitimately impressive how much Orange Cassidy has had legs as like a guy who has just been like, who has done a lot of comedy wrestling in his career and could have easily just been like one note. Other than that, I mean, comedy wrestling, it's fun. I mean, there are plenty of guys that I like that do comedy. I mean, I like death matches and plenty of comedy in lucha and death matches and Japan. But it's kind of more just individual spots than like,
I think, yeah.
Like, I love Taguchi, but is he a comedy wrestler, or is he a wrestler that does comedy spots? Same with like Orange Cassidy
and Ultimate Ellsworth.
See, I think it's a lot like stand-up, where like I like a lot of bad stand-up. It's probably, it doesn't hold up on tape. I think the same thing's true with comedy wrestling. If you're sitting in a crowd and people are laughing, like that helps so much. My first thought was Kikutaro. Like, when I first saw Ebisan on a VHS tape, I thought it was hilarious, and then I got to see him in that 4-way with Joe Delirious and Jack Evans live, and I don't know if I've ever watched it back, and I don't think I want to, but I thought it was fucking hilarious. What is that, 20 years ago? So that's kind of where I'm at with it. I'm not, if it's a full comedy match, I'm probably not going to want to sit there and watch it on tape, but if I'm there live, I'm sure to have a good time. Pat, do you have a favorite?
I love the DDT comedy guys. I love Takagi. I love Danshoku Dino. I love Kazuki Hirata.
Oh,
I
yeah,
love Toru Owashi, Super Seth Dango Machine. I love all those guys.
I do love Dino too.
I think those guys are just the right combination of, like, they sometimes they exist in their own little bubble, but they all have defined personalities that play off of one another, as opposed to a lot of comedy wrestlers, especially on indie shows. They don't really have kind of a universe to exist within, so to speak. So all of their comedy is like Danhausen. He just does the same thing in every match because, you put Danhausen against like whoever the fuck, Dominic Guarini or someone. He's just going to do the Danhausen bit, and there's no interplay of the jokes in the comedic personas because Dominic Guarini isn't a comedy guy. But the DDT guys, the way that they interact, the way that they build jokes and build callbacks and have these interconnected relationships really adds to the comedy. And you have guys like Suzuki, who, no one would call him a comedy wrestler unless they just wanted to be mean to him. But he's had this long-standing rival with Senshiro Takagi where they just end up in these ridiculous matches. I don't know if it's still on YouTube, but they had an empty arena match in the Tokyo Dome, which is, the one I would point to where it's like, if you want wrestling that's goofy and not serious, but still entertaining, Senshiro Takagi and Minoru Suzuki brawling around an empty Tokyo Dome. It's both an empty arena brawl and it's really funny. Anyway, people shouldn't watch the good matches parts of TV. They should watch the funny part because that's the actual good parts. The weapons rumbles and stuff.
Now, Sam, what's your favorite comedy wrestler from Chikara?
From Chikara specifically? That seems like a loaded question because I was going to pick Kikutaro because I've seen him live at Chikara. And that was going to be my biased answer to answer a question that
so basically my same answer. I appreciate it.
Yeah. There we go. I mean, it's probably Dr. Crabtree if we're talking about specific Chikara. But what do you do?
Okay. That is all of the wacky line that I see right here. And that's pretty good because we're going long anyway. So I'm going to say that wraps up the wacky line.
It wasn't that long.
We're at 2 hours, right?
Maybe. I don't know.
Well, I'm going to put 10 minutes of Freebirds after this, too. So like,
there we go.
Did you guys see I posted it in the chat of, someone's cover of Baby I Love Your Way mixed with Freebird.
I did not.
It's a fucking deranged song.
Oh, man. Dan, wrap this up. What do we got to do?
All right, everyone, go to violentpeople.co. Follow us on Twitter. Join the Discord. We have Rotten Rewatch coming up today. We'll have Koro on Friday. And this is skipping ahead, but I just received an email. It seems like quite possibly next Friday there may be actual footage of George Hockenschmidt available for people to see.
Big news.
Yeah, so I'll just leave that little tease. Anyone else have anything to plug?
Buy a mug. Mug.
Yes. Link will be in the description.
There you go.
Specifically, buy a Violent People mug. Don't just buy.
Don't just buy any old mug.
Fucking mug off the street. Yeah.
Someone very recently in this call finally bought some mugs. So,
I used it today.
You already got it? Wow, that was fast.
Yeah, I got it quick. Well, it said the ETA was this Thursday or Friday, and I got it yesterday.
Wow.
Damn.
And you ordered on the 26th. So
yeah,
quick turnaround on the mugs.
It's really good, and I might order another.
Yeah, mugs are good. Like, these are, like, I know there are mugs, so we're biased, but they are genuinely, feels like a nice thing to have. I'm drinking my
quality.
100%. Nothing but
before we wrap up, did you guys know that in Evolve that Nate Webb was there, and then there was another guy also named Spider who was totally unrelated?
I did not know that.
I'm going to be staring at your list a great deal tonight.
Yeah, I got
my
find the
list
sleepers. Gotta find the sleepers for next time.
This is the nurse with wound list of American professional wrestling.
You okay there, Chris?
All right.
That was good. That was good.
Pat, you think you're coming back
I mean,
next week?
This
that's
is why we gave the job to Pat.
that's one of those jokes where if you get it, it works. If you don't get it, don't worry about it.
But Pat, are you coming back next week, or is this like you're already out?
Oh no, yeah, fuck the draft. I'm done.
I would
No,
love
we-
that. If you fucking ghosted us, I would love that.
No.
How do you guys? Now I really want to know how
You
you
know
guys feel about the IWA Mid South draft and not ever completing that.
It kills me.
I'm gonna say
How's that? It kills me.
We're gonna figure something out with Bucky, and Tanner's getting I don't know.
We're gonna figure it out.
Tanner doesn't have time to pod, except for the 2 podcasts that have come out within the last 10 days.